Fuck. Oh, damn. how's it going, everybody? Hopefully, everybody can hear me. If not, you're still going to have to just bear with me on this one. I'm nervous. I know I've got family watching this one. Shout out Mom, Nate, maybe my sisters as well. So yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm going to do kind of another Q&A here and just talk about some movies that I've seen and some upcoming movies here pretty soon. So also, let me know if the stream is fixed from last week. I know that last week it was pretty choppy. It still looks kind of choppy here. Wi-Fi here sucks. You're still just going to have to bear with me on that one. Still got some lag. All right. Yeah, hopefully next week that'll be fixed. I tried to fix it tonight. Didn't quite get there, but all right. How's everybody's weekend? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to continue talking about different movies and upcoming stuff I've seen, possibly some TV shows, and we'll go from there. Big ups on the volume. All right, let's try and do that here. Is this better here? No. Let me try and do this, actually. How about now? Is that getting any better? Too much? Too little? I'm gonna wait till this. You're very quiet. Oh, how about now? I feel like now this is... I didn't have my actual microphone attached. Again, you guys are still just going to have to bear with me on a few things here. This should be a good volume now, though. I think this should be good. I think it was coming from my laptop. Now it should be good. Perfect. Thank you, Woozy.0. Way louder. Yeah, all right. I think it's good now. I think that it's regulated. All right, my mom's saying that yes, the sound is better now. All right, so let's go through some stuff that everybody's saying, and we'll just talk about movies for an hour or so. I want to try and make Sunday night live streams, at least until football season, a weekly thing, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do some gaming stuff once I set that up. Hopefully, eventually, the lag will be good, so you guys don't have to actually watch the video because it doesn't look good even from what I'm seeing on YouTube right now. But we're going to roll with it tonight. So, okay, everybody's telling me that we can hear. Justin Patton said, let's go thrifty, have a blessed stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So Woozy's saying that Chris Nolan hired the modern equivalent of Ja Rule as the rapper for the Odyssey. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about that. I truly think that the reason for that is that Chris Nolan worked with Travis Scott on Tenet, and so he's just kind of like, hey, you're a rapper, I know who you are, so why don't you just come and have a bit part in this movie? I do think it's just going to be a bit part. I don't think Travis Scott is going to do some Oscar-worthy acting in the movie or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. Doggo Animates 1932 said, y'all think Odyssey is going to be the next one battle after another. As in, it'll win Best Picture, but maybe not be worth it. I only ever watched One Battle After Another. Yeah, it might. I don't know. I was thinking you were saying Everything Everywhere All at Once. I only ever watched that movie once, and I liked it. I thought it deserved Best Picture, but One Battle After Another, I haven't seen it yet. Sorry, that's probably what I'll do after I get off stream. But Woozy said Odyssey will be the modern Troy. I made that video on Troy today. Yeah, I believe that. I think that the Odyssey will probably get similar ratings to Troy. Maybe the Chris Nolan name drives it up a bunch, but I think that it'll be just as grounded in reality, or just as maybe just as disappointing for some people. I feel like the people who like Troy and the people who like the Odyssey will be the same Venn diagram. The people who didn't like Troy will probably not like the Odyssey either. So there we go. Loved Troy as a kid. Think it aged well. Nolan seems to be the one with casting, dialogue, etc. Yep, very true. Aron Renard said, will I do another Resident Evil video? Yeah, I'm going to do a big Resident Evil video on all of the movies. I've been putting that one off for a little while because I know that, well, Zach Kreger's Resident Evil movie is coming out, and so I'm very excited for that. But I do think that I'm going to do a video on the ones that come before, which I know are not super highly rated. Cole said, I love your videos, Thrifty. Me and my girlfriend watch them over dinner. Wow, thank you. That's very cool to hear. Thank you so much for choosing me as your entertainment for dinner. All right. I think... Thrifty, I have a question. Magnificent logo. How's it going? Nice to see you back. I have a question. How long do you think the MCU will go for? I think that Doomsday is going to be a big indicator of that. I mean, they're going to do Secret Wars after Doomsday. They're going to be fine for the next 2 years, but I don't think even Marvel fans will probably claim, yeah, they've been on a downward trajectory. So as of the past couple years, I do think that let's see here. All right, I do think that Doomsday and Secret Wars will be a big indicator of that. There's been a lot of rumors about a reboot of the MCU or something along those lines. Could possibly be the case, like a soft reboot or something like that. Or this could go into Walking Dead territory, where they just keep on going because there's still some people watching. Who knows? But I would say a hard reset if Doomsday and Secret Wars don't work, for sure. So, the MCU could go on for 3 years. The MCU could go on for another 20. I don't even think there's going to be an in-between. I think it'll be 3 to 5 years, or it's just going to go on until my kids watch that. And I don't even have kids. Woozy said, just rewatched The Stuff. Incredible dumb movie. Never seen it. Magnificent Logo said, what are your thoughts on Obsession? I loved it so far. My favorite movie of the year. Magnificent Logo, you read my mind. So I actually, an hour ago, just got back from watching Obsession. I'm still kind of taking it all in, but I loved it. It was, it felt like it was a very personal movie to me in a lot of ways, but loved it. I think that it solidifies itself up there with stuff like Hereditary and Midsommar, just because of how uneasy I felt. I know not everybody will feel that way, but I was just, it stuck with me these past couple hours. And not a lot of horror movies do that nowadays. So I gotta tip my hat. Loved it. Loved the performances. And can't wait to make a video on it eventually. So we'll see. Magnificent Logo sent thumbs up for 10 jewels. I don't know what 10 jewels are. I think you sent me some jewels last week as well. Is that money? I don't know. If it is, thank you. Even if it's not, thank you as well. Woozy said that, because somebody said that they wish Andrew Aong said, I wish Obsession wasn't in theaters. I was very surprised that Obsession was playing in the theater near me, but it was, and it was like a packed house on a Sunday matinee almost, so that was pretty cool. Warping Fist, what's up? If you guys don't know who Warping Fist is, go check out his channel. He makes some incredible stuff. I'm amazed that he has as little subscribers as he does. I think he makes better videos than I do. So, but he asked, am I watching Backrooms? I will absolutely be watching Backrooms. I am very excited for the Backrooms, and I already have my tickets. So, Woozy said, did I check out Resident Evil 9? What do you think the story developments? What do you think of the story developments? I think that Leon will continue to be a staple of this franchise until he's, as Deadpool said, well over 90. I think that Leon sells better than every other Resident Evil character. I loved the game. I think I liked Resident Evil 4, and I've only ever played the remakes because I'm a fake fan, but I think that Resident Evil 4 is my favorite. And then Resident Evil 2. And then I'd give Resident Evil 9 the third place spot, the bronze spot there. What do I think of the story developments? I don't really know what you mean by that. Do I think that we're going to see more? Absolutely. Because Resident Evil, I think, is at like an all-time high in sales right now. I think that these remakes brought in a lot of fans like myself, new fans. And I do think that maybe we'll eventually see something else like Resident Evil 6, what the game did, where it brought everybody together. But they still have a little ways to go. I mean, we don't know what Jill's up to. We don't know what Claire's up to. We've really only seen Leon and Chris. So we got to see some more of those people before, and Ada, obviously. But Matthew Club 5882 said, "What's your favorite vampire movie? What's your favorite zombie movie, demon movie, and slasher movie?" Wow. Favorite vampire movie is 30 Days of Night. My favorite zombie movie, either The Crazies or Overlord. My favorite demon movie, I don't know if I've watched a lot of demon movies. I mean, I get like a lot of horror movies are demon movies, but let me go try and give you a better answer. All the movies that I bought are stuff that I like. I like monster movies more. I don't know if people can actually hear me from over there, but demon. I'm gonna say Oculus or Smile. I really liked those Smile movies. I don't know if that's a demon though. That might just still be a monster. But and then slasher movie, Scream. Easy one there. Lucas MZE said, "Wow, dude, I listened to your videos to sleep and I never saw your face until now. My imagination was not seeing you like this. I pictured you as a guy with glasses and behind a typewriter machine." I kind of do have, I do have a typewriter. It's right there. I actually have two more, but that is a thrifty typewriter, so I got to keep it there. And then my actual keyboard looks like a typewriter. So, I don't have glasses, but I am behind a typewriter. Okay. Hunter W6Z said, "Think they should make a third Alien vs. Predator movie?" I do, and I do think that they will eventually make one, because franchise movies are what is keeping everything in business. And the last Predator movie did very well. The last Alien movie did well. I do think that they'll make another Alien versus Predator. It won't be like connected to the first two or anything like that. I don't actually remember if the first two are connected or anything, but All right, Woozy said, was Obsession better than The Substance? I liked it better than The Substance. The Substance did also give me that same sort of like grossed out feeling that it just kind of kept with me. But personally, I liked Obsession better. And Matthew Clubb, I think, agrees. Substance doesn't even compare to Obsession. Or maybe he liked Substance better. I'm not sure. Dark Defender said, love the content. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Andrew Young said, yeah, surprising. Saw an ad for Obsession on an NHL playoff game. Same with Widow's Bay. Oh, cool. So hopefully that'll bring in some more people for Widow's Bay. That'd be great. Magnificent Logo. Will you be playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? I have it pre-ordered. Maybe that'll be next... When does it come out? Next Sunday? Sunday after that? Maybe I'll stream that. Who knows? We'll see. Jared Owen, dang, I have to go eat with the family, but I'll be back to join if you're still on. Go eat. Go eat with your family, Jared Owen. I'll be back. If I'm not, then I'll be back soon. Man, you saying that really reminds me of how the cast of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City really bungled Leon's casting. I hope bungled isn't like a crazy bad word. That guy would have been the perfect Carlos. Yeah, are you talking about Avon Jogia? He would have been the perfect Carlos. I don't even actually think he was a terrible Leon, but I hated the way that they wrote his character in that, for sure. Do I have any theories as to who Leon is married to in Resident Evil 9? I mean, it's got to be either Claire or Ada, right? Ashley? Yeah, that could also be a thing. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight is pretty good in a campy way. Dead Snow's hilarious zombie movie. All right. Black Knight. Hey, typewriter. Hey, Black Knight. How's it going? Thrifty typewriter. You 6'1". You looked pretty tall when you stood up. I think I'm 6'2" or 3". I haven't checked in a long time. I think the last time I checked was sometime in like college, and that was like 5 years ago. Maybe I've shrunk. Maybe I am 6'1" now, but yeah, I'm over 6 feet. David O, a longtime viewer. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining, David. I appreciate it. Have I ever watched Cobra Kai? I have not. I've also never watched The Karate Kid or any spin-offs or anything like that. I have no idea about that universe. I'm not a big karate guy, but maybe I'll watch it. Do you think it would be cool if Deck from Badlands is in AVP 3? Absolutely, I do. I personally think they should just do like an Avengers-style movie with Deck from Badlands. I forget what her name is, but the girl from Prey, and then I also forget their names from Alien Romulus, but Kaylee Spaney's character, and even I think they should bring back Michael Fassbender. I think they should just all combine a movie with all of them. But I know big franchise team-up stuff is not what a lot of people like now because Marvel kind of overdid it. But yeah. All right. It's not possible to lose height until you're old and gray, Thrifty. Well, I'm getting there. But all right, we got 34 people watching. I think I'm caught up on comments here. So, and it's still just laggy. This is not great. So here's what I'm going to try and do. All right, I think you guys should still be able to hear me now, but let me know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm going to wait for it to... Or actually, I think I'm going to bring this up. Can everybody still hear me? Or no? My mom said, all right, I think people can still hear me. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm caught up with... comments for now. I'm going to go back to comments here in a minute, but I'm going to make a new thumbnail. Or actually, I'm going to do this. You guys are getting a real inside look at different things now, different movies I'm doing, different videos. Okay, actually, let's go back to this for right now. But all right. So yeah, I'm gonna make a thumbnail for everybody to prove I'm not just making AI thumbnails or using AI to make thumbnails. But I have to find what I am trying to make here, which is a review for Instagram. New members. No. I can't even find it. So maybe we won't do this. Unless it's down here. Oh, here we go. Now I feel like I'm losing people. All right. There's that. And we'll go through that. But, all right, let's go back through this. Yeah, Leon as a total noob made sense in a real world sense, but they murdered him. They did. Thoughts on The Boys new season? I think it's all right. I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes behind right now. I thought that first episode was pretty good. But, yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people are probably going to hate the ending no matter what. I feel like their minds are already made up. Here we go. Stinky Minx said, have I seen Obsession? Saw it earlier. Talked about it earlier in the stream. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Peter, I'm not going to say your name. Obsession might be my favorite film this year. Only rivals are Hail Mary and Bone Temple. I loved Bone Temple. I also saw Hokum. I really liked that. Gideon said, don't remember if you have already, but thoughts on True Detective Season 1 review. I am going to make a True Detective at least Season 1 video. I watched Season 2 once, didn't really like it, and then I didn't watch seasons 3 and 4. But Season 1 is my, like, a top 5 season of television of all time. So, how do I think The Boys will end? How do I think The Boys will end? I don't know. They've come back on, like, all of the different character arcs, so I think that it'll probably just end with the boys still going after superheroes because that's where the series began. TWD Explained. Hey, Thrifty. Hey, man. How's it going? How's it going, James? Glad to have you around. Let me know what you think. And, yeah, if everybody doesn't know, TWD Explained just started a Twitch over there. If you guys love Walking Dead stuff, you should go check them out over there. Everybody can still hear me. Thoughts on the Odyssey backlash? I feel like it's some of it is warranted. Some of it is just, I think, people hating on Christopher Nolan because he's popular. I mean, it happens with every single person or thing that's popular. I don't think that people care nearly as much about the historical accuracy or anything as they claim. I talked about that in my Troy video. I said that I think that internet historians are some of the angriest people on the internet, and I think that internet historians are just angry, but a lot of people are just saying that they're angry too to try and get a lot of likes. But I do think that it'll probably be lower rated than a lot of Christopher Nolan stuff usually is, just because this is such a hot topic and people already are making their thoughts well known. I think a lot of people are going to go into the movie or even just rate it without seeing the movie in a negative way. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how it is. I don't think it'll be a perfect movie by any means, but I like Christopher Nolan movies, so I'm going to go see it. Hey, Thrifty, do you feel like the writing room for Fallout Season 2 was making a totally different show? So I haven't seen Season 2 yet, but I have not heard great things, so I think that's why I haven't seen Season 2 yet. But Cole said exactly what an AI would say. You think I'm an AI? I go on camera to prove my voice is not an AI, and I'm still being called an AI. Whatever. Not sure why everybody this year is all over AI. I use Google AI Overview and get great info at my fingertips. Also great sites to verify said info. I learned the other day that I also do that because when you just type something into Google, the first thing that comes up is AI. And yeah, so I think that that's fine, but I don't even really want to get super into this right now. But I think that when AI is being used to subdue the creative process, then it's an issue. AI makes lives easier. Content creators use them to make videos. I don't see the issue. I mean, maybe for content creators, but for like actual artists in the industry, people are losing jobs. So I do see it as a real issue. And Woozy said it cost me and 3,999 of my coworkers our livelihood. Yeah. So see, there it is. What are my top? All right, I don't want to keep going down that rabbit hole. What's your top 3 to 5 all-time TV shows that you'd recommend? Great question, Gideon. I actually just looked at my all-time TV show list here. Let me pull that back up. There's a few that people already know, but so I'm going to say Dark on Netflix. I'm going to say Gravity Falls, which I know people might be like, wait, what? Isn't that a kid's show? Go watch it. I promise you, you'll love it. Robin Hood, BBC America version, or just the BBC version. I watched it on BBC America because I'm from America. Heroes, you should all definitely go check out because I'm making a massive, kind of like my Westworld videos last year. I'm going to be making a massive video on Heroes this year, so you guys should all go check that out. And then Harper's Island. It was a 1-season gem, and you guys should watch that too because it'll make a video that I make later this year make a lot more sense. Nico the Courier said hello. Nico is here. Hello, Nico. Nice to see you here. Ben McBride, Bone Temple feels so long ago, forgot it was this year. Do you think it and 28 years later would have worked better as one film? I don't. I think that as much like as cool as it was to get Bone Temple only 6 months later than the first one, I think in like most audiences' mind, they were like, oh, I just saw 28 years later. And they didn't even know that it was a sequel. So I think that hurt them, even though I think that Bone Temple might actually be the best 28 movie. So Nico said, I joined Discord. I need to go on my Discord server more. That is something I need to do. Hunter said, do I watch Spartacus and Black Sails? I have not seen either of them, but they are absolutely on my list. I like Pandas said, just started watching From with my mom because of you. Thank you. Oh, awesome. That's so cool. I watched From with my mom and dad as well, and they loved it as well. And then I've got my brother-in-law in on it, and he just texted me earlier, and he was like, dude, that new episode was insane. So that was cool. Fred Skull, I feel like there's always is Chris Nolan secretly a bad filmmaker convo before every one of his movies comes out? Yeah, there is. And then they all make a ton of money and win Oscars or go on to be some of the highest rated movies out there. So call me a Christopher Nolan fanboy all you want. I am. Is there any chance of you listening / watching Epic the Musical? It's a very good Odyssey adaptation. I've never heard of Epic the Musical, but I'll add it to the list. And I actually even did this because I know that last time a ton of people were telling me so many different things to watch. So I'm going to write down the stuff that everybody says. Epic the Musical. All right. New season of From is still slow burn, but very good. Man in Yellow becoming redacted is wild. Yeah, that was a really good one. I still the best episode came out today. Episode 5 was really, really good. A lot of answers, which you don't get a lot of with From, which I like, but to the more casual audience, I think that tonight's episode will make them very happy. Nate Shepard, yo, Thrifty, did the stream just start? Yeah, like 20 minutes ago. I probably won't stream super long tonight. I know it's Sunday, and a lot of people got work tomorrow. I've got work tomorrow. But, yeah, I'll probably go till like 10 o'clock or something like that. But so, nice to see you here, Nate Shepard. I like pandas. Also, my name is Troy, so thanks for covering me today. Great vid. Yeah, you got a lot of great subject material on you, Troy. Smash Magnum said, just saw the Troy video, really enjoyed it, glad to see another stream. Yeah, I mean, I know that this stream is still, I'm watching it on YouTube here, and it's still choppy, cutting in and out. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I am going to try my hardest to do that. I tried to move the Wi-Fi that's upstairs down in here, and it didn't work because our Wi-Fi here is ancient. But eventually it'll be good. Nico said, have you seen Gameoverse or any other Glitch Productions animation? Possibly, but I don't know them by name, so I don't know. Nate Shepard also sent 550 jewels. I don't know what jewels are. Can somebody tell me what jewels are? I'm going to say thank you either way, because that sounds great. Is that just like something that you wrote? Sent stay hydrated for 550 jewels. I don't know what jewels are. Please, somebody explain to me, because I feel like I'll probably be entirely more grateful. But thank you for the people who have sent me jewels today. Hunter said, I'm optimistic about The Boys' final episode, but worried. Yeah, I gotta, after this, I'll probably go upstairs and watch that. I know I just said I'll watch something else, but I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind on The Boys, so I gotta watch that. I've been watching The Boys since season 1, and I think season 1 is incredible. I even think that the pilot episode of The Boys is one of the best pilot episodes of all time. I've watched every season, but I've never gotten like super into it. Like, I've never felt the need to be like, oh, I want to make a video about this. Because all the stuff that I make videos about is like stuff that I'm like, oh, I want to make. I liked this so much, or like I have so much to say about this that I want to make a video on it. I've never felt that way with The Boys, which is weird. It's the first and hopefully only time that's ever happened with a show that I've watched like from beginning to end that I liked, but never got like obsessed with. Oh, my mom's telling me what jewels are right now. I can't read all that right now, Mom, but thank you. I can't believe you're still watching. Go to bed. You got work in the morning. And this is past your bedtime, I think. So, just kidding. Love you, Mom. Martin said, please, please, please make a video on the VHS series. Actually, that is a phenomenal idea, Martin. I remember watching those in like high school with my friends because they were like one of the first movies on Netflix. That's a great idea. And ranking all of the different like short films in it, that's a phenomenal idea. Hunter, I'm even screenshotting your message here because I feel like I am eventually going to do that. Oh, no, Hunter, it was Martin. Sorry, I did the wrong one. You too, Hunter. Good job. Magnificent logo. Have you seen that there is going to be a new Expendables spinoff called Expendabellas? A female spinoff? I have not seen that. I've also never seen an Expendables movie. But Nico the Courier, what do you think about the upcoming Lanterns TV show? I'm super excited about the Lanterns TV show. I am a huge DC fan. Like, I like DC characters and comics above Marvel, mostly due to the Justice League animated show that I watched growing up as a kid. So I'm super excited for the Green Lantern show. I'm super excited that we're going to see both of those actors, Kyle Chandler and I don't know what the other guy's name is, the actor's name, but he looks exactly like how I would picture that character. So super excited for that. Nate Shepard, have I covered Indiana Jones? Kind of. I made a video comparing him and Lara Croft and Nathan Drake. Didn't do very well. I do think eventually I'm going to do an actual Indiana Jones video. I just got all the Indiana Jones movies up there like a couple weeks ago. So, Fred Skull, is the dominance of the horror genre in theatrical release hurting the industry overall by alienating the general audience? I don't think so. I think that movie theaters are dying a very quick death. And horror movies are one of the big comebacks of like the late 2010s and the 2020s. And I think that horror movies are getting people into theaters. And I think that's a good thing. I don't know. And I think movie theaters are very important. But also, when I went to go and see Hokum 2 weeks ago, there was a group of teenagers who sat behind me. Like 10 teenagers. And they were on their phones the whole time. They were talking. They were doing all this. And I was like, oh, this is why I stay home and watch movies. This is why people stay home and watch movies. You know, you're trying to enjoy the movie going experience. And sorry to any teenagers watching here, but the movie theater is not a place to go and hang out, to talk with your friends. Go to the mall. Just go to the park or something. Don't go to a movie. It's ridiculous to me. Sorry, but yeah, you're ruining it for everybody else. Not that I didn't do the same thing as a teenager, but now I'm old and have to yell at the younger generation. Andrew Young, season 1 to 3 for The Boys was the best. Then season 4 made it political. I mean, it was always political, but yeah, it definitely became more on the nose in season 4. Witch's Brew, Dana, hey Thrifty, how's it going? I am absolutely gonna be part of the chat tomorrow for that episode because holy crap. I don't know what guests you have already on the show. If somebody backs out or something, I would love to join because what an episode. One of top 3 episode of From ever. Nace72 said, Nace72 This is why I haven't live streamed. If you guys listen to my actual recordings of everything, I I mess up so many different things. So, but Nace72, I need to slow down when I talk. Said, "Yay! I finally catched the live stream. This is only the second one, so you didn't miss much. But happy to have you here." Wow, there's 63 people watching right now. That's more than we got all last time. And I'm not even really doing anything. I'm just talking. I feel like 63 people. Oh, 62. I just lost one. Yeah, I feel like I need to do something more entertaining to keep 62 people around. But am I the only one who likes Person of Interest? You are absolutely not. I've never seen it, but I do know. I have a really good friend, Scott, who loves Person of Interest. But Smash Magnum, what's a band or song you've been listening to lately? What a great question. That feels like I put you up to that because I have such a immediate question, but that's Sam Fender. I've been listening to a lot of Sam Fender recently because I just watched that show Rooster on HBO with Steve Carell, and it was great. And the final, like the last song that's being played during like the closing credits of the finale, I was like, what is this song? And it's not released yet. It's like a new song that Sam Fender made, and it got me into his music. So yeah, Sam Fender, you guys should check him out. Did you see that World War Z 2 is moving forward? I think Amazon or MGM is doing the movie. I'm very worried. I mean, no matter what, it's going to be a completely different movie. It's not going to be like Brad Pitt's probably not going to return. World War Z is moving forward. It'll probably just be an entirely different thing. It'll probably kind of be like how 28 Years Later is entirely different from 28 Days Later. Nate Shepard, thoughts on Into and Across the Spider-Verse? That's another thing I really got to watch because, oh my God, I'm getting people sending me money here. Now that there's a bunch of people here, every time I scroll down, it's all right. I'm gonna get to it, but thank you both for sending stuff. I'm gonna get to your stuff in particular. I've watched Into the Spider-Verse. I watched that in theater. I never saw Across the Spider-Verse, but I know it's so highly rated, and I definitely have to give that another go because I know that it's like an 8.5 on IMDb, which like movies don't really get. But Woozy said I have to go watch episode 5. Go watch episode 5 of From. Do not watch my live stream if the alternative is episode 5 of From. This is not better than episode 5 of From. I can promise you that right now. But Charles Smith, YouTube with the $4.99. Thank you so much for that. Am I the only one who thinks the next Walking Dead story should be an alien takeover plot? It's so sick to tackle the zombie origin story. I think at this point, they absolutely should go over the origin of the zombies here. I know that Space Spore, that what Robert Kirkman said the answer was years ago was kind of a joke. But you know what? Walking Dead, it's almost too far gone. Maybe it is too far gone. Walking Dead fans will know what I'm talking about there. But I think they should. I think they should just go full on and be like, this is how it happened. This is how we're going to end it, and just end it and reboot it, because reboot it in a animated form. I think that should be good. Blue cheese or ranch for chicken wings? Oh boy, this is going to lose me some subscribers. I usually go neither, but if I'm going with one, I'm going with ranch. which is Brew. Don't forget to hit all those magical buttons, guys, and like the stream. Absolutely. Thank you so much for... I don't ever say that. Yeah, guys, like the stream. On my screen, it's saying that only one person has liked it so far. So I don't think that's accurate. Maybe it is. Maybe a bunch of people have disliked. Who knows? Have I ever played any Souls games? Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls. My favorite is Bloodborne. So I've played Bloodborne and I've played Elden Ring. And let me tell you something. Elden Ring is my favorite game of all time. I don't... Maybe, you know what? I'm going to post a picture on my Instagram right now. If you guys want to go follow the Instagram... I can't turn the camera, or I would. I have a poster of Elden Ring right here. So I am going to take a picture and put it on the live stream, or put it on my Instagram. It's like my favorite poster that I own. So go check that out, Thrifty Typewriter on Instagram. Landon Hillard, what do you do for work, or is YouTube my full-time job? YouTube is my full-time job. I work for myself. I technically have my own company. Very grateful, very happy to be able to do this full-time. It still is a dream, and just I wake up every day and I get to write and make videos and edit and watch movies and everything, and that is just an absolute dream come true. When I started doing this when COVID hit in 2020, this was always like the hope, but you know, tons of people try to do this and not a lot get to do it, and I'm entirely grateful, very blessed to be able to do this every day, and I have all of you watching to thank for that. So thank you so much for allowing me to not have a real job. Justice for Bloodborne. Sony killed it. It's so surprising to me that Bloodborne didn't come out with a sequel or even a remaster or anything like that. They're gonna do it eventually because of how impactful it's been. And when Sony needs a big win and big money, which I do think they're probably in check for, because Sony's, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not a teenager anymore, so I don't keep up with the whole like console wars or anything like that. I used to really care about that when I was like 15. But I think Sony's lost like a lot of bad faith in recent years. I mean, price increases and just not having enough originals. So I feel like I would even say that I feel like they are in the works doing a Bloodborne remaster. But we're finally down to Magnificent Logo said jewels can be bought with money. So you guys are buying stuff with money and sending it to me? That is nuts. Thank you so much just for me talking in a really glitchy live stream. I can't wait to give you guys a better version of this live stream, or at least something that'll actually be entertaining and not just me talking. But oh, Nate Shepard said, I have no idea what jewels are. YouTube sent me 1,000 for free. Perfect. All right, then as long as you're not paying for it, then yes, send them my way. Did I end up watching When Evil Lurks? No, but I saw it on Amazon last night. I watched The Long Walk instead, but I'm going to watch it. So no, Nico, I've never heard of any of those. Amazing Digital Circus, Murder Drones. I like pandas. Do you plan on doing a Lost full retrospective? I know a lot of people have done something similar. I'm kind of at the point now where a lot of videos I'm doing, other people have done similar stuff. Like I used to only do stuff on just hidden gems or stuff that nobody else was making videos about to try and get an audience. But now that I kind of have an audience, people are like, oh, I want to hear your thoughts on, like, say, Game of Thrones. Like, I made Game of Thrones videos years ago, and they would get, like, 200 views because there were so many other channels doing that. But, yeah, so I absolutely plan on doing a full Lost retrospective. I need to rewatch it. I got to take some intensive notes while I'm doing that. But I'd say probably next year I'll do that. Which I know sounds like a long ways away. I'm saying it like, oh, just next year. But I have so many different big projects that are going to take a long time this year. Woozy with the $5 said, thanks for all the videos, Thrifty. Gotta go watch episode 5 of From now. Please check out The Stuff. It's an unsung classic of a primitive era. Good. I hope that you already left and didn't wait around for me to say anything. You can watch this back. But thanks, Woozy. You were talking this like entire time. I really, really appreciate that. And enjoy episode 5 of From. I'm sure you will. My cousins showed me the VHS movies in my grandma's basement. Terrified is an understatement. I remember those. We're at my friend Monty's house, and he showed us those on Netflix when we were in like either early high school or like late middle school, and those terrified me. I was not a huge horror movie person for a long time. I kind of became one in college because it was super easy to make short films on horror movies, and I wanted to watch some more horror stuff to become a better director of horror stuff. And then I found out I hated directing, and I became a YouTuber instead. But that's a conversation for another time. Andrew Young said, Coach Taylor, as in Friday Night Lights, amazing TV show. I have all seasons on Blu-ray right over there. Have I seen For All Mankind? Nope, but let's put that on the list. That's on Apple TV Plus too, I'm pretty sure. I Like Pandas said an Andor video would be cool. Possibly. The Mandalorian video didn't do super well. Star Wars never does crazy well for me, other than that prequels video. But love you and your vids. Keep it up. I gotta go to work tomorrow. All right. Love you too. I Like Pandas. So I love pandas too. So yeah, go to bed. Go to work. Wake up Monday energized. Which is Brew. Dana said, you're more than welcome to join the panel. I will absolutely be there because what an episode to talk about. Have I ever watched Adventure Bros? No. Def make a video on The Acolyte. Never saw it. I know a lot of people hated it, but I might like it. Who knows? What are my top 5 horror movies? What a question. Oh, just got Anthony Fung as a follower on Instagram. Thank you, Anthony. Top 5 horror movies. I gotta write something down real quick because I don't know. God, I'm gonna have to. No, I'm just gonna come up with the top 5 in my head. No, I'm not gonna write it down. The Conjuring, the first one. Insidious, the first one. Scream, also the first one. I gotta do a better count of this. All right. So yeah, it's gonna be The Conjuring, Insidious, um, A Quiet Place, which I know isn't like a crazy good or like a real horror movie, but that theater experience was unparalleled. Um, Barbarian, even though I like Weapons better than I like Barbarian. Am I even focused here? Now I should be. Hopefully that wasn't like that the whole time. And then one more, or maybe that'll be 6. Let's just say the first Paranormal Activity movie. I would have a much better answer if I had more time to think about that. Your personal favorite score / movie theme of all time, and what's my top 3? Favorite movie score of all time is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. My top 3, I mean, Star Wars has to be in there. And then probably Interstellar. Andrew Young just followed me on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. I saw DTF St. Louis, weird show, but the ending was sad. It's a show about mental health. I've been thinking about watching that because I love Jason Bateman. I'm a huge Jason Bateman fan. Dana said you will get used to it, Thrifty. The more you stream, the easier it gets. Yeah, I'm getting there. But yeah, sometimes even just seeing 40 people, 60 people, whatever it is, I'm like, oh, what do I even say? What are some of the most disturbing movies or the most disturbing movie you've ever seen? I watched like The Human Centipede in like 8th grade or something. I hope my mom is not watching this now. But that was far and away, like, there's some horror movies that are just like not even horror. It's not like, I don't even consider it like an art form. It's just like, hey, let's make the most messed up movie that anybody's ever seen, and that's just not great, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't consider that portion of horror, like those disgusting, disturbing movies, as part of like the horror movie art form, but that's just me. Landon Hillard, what up? Well, what up with you, Landon Hillard? Those zombies from Walking Dead taking over humanity makes no sense. They are slow. Yeah, we talked about this in TWD Explains stream a couple nights ago, where it was like, everybody wants to see how the world fell, because it just kind of seems like it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, did so many people turn at one point that it was just overwhelming? Let's see that. Because yeah, right now a lot of people are like, I mean, if there was a zombie apocalypse I'd want to be in, it would be The Walking Dead, because it, like, you know, a zombie could be at the door right there, and I'd be like, oh, okay, just let me get up and deal with it. It just seems easy. Do you have a posting schedule / goal, or do you post whenever you're done with a new video? So I used to post on Wednesday and Saturday, back when I was mainly doing Walking Dead stuff or just like singular movie stuff. And then when I moved over to doing more franchise or TV show stuff, that takes a lot of time to watch. That takes a lot of time to edit, to get the footage, to get the pictures. So it moved to really just whenever I was done with a new video. Now I have been trying to post a new video every Saturday. So 4 videos a month. And then if there's something smaller, I can do in between then, or even something like this, which is just very last minute. Then I would like to do this more, just to try to engage with everybody more. Oh boy. Oh, everything always. They're trying to make big money by rising PS5 prices. It's like how Angry Joe says, you guys increasing the prices give me money. Yeah, it's true. Fear Boat, The Long Walk is a 10 out of 10. I liked that movie a lot. I did. I cried like 4 times watching that movie, which I don't normally do. That movie is like if the Hunger Games actually knew what it was trying to be. And Francis Lawrence directed that movie, who directed most of the Hunger Games. So he has the capabilities. So the fault clearly lies with the Hunger Games franchise itself. Vic, how's it going, Vic? Good to see you here. You are great. I don't actually know if I can. Vic, I am adding you as a moderator. I'm not even asking you to do that right now or anything like that, but I know you moderate like so many different things, but I know you can be trusted. So I am adding you as that. Nate Shepard, we should get a Thrifty Film School origin story 400K special. Yeah, we could do that on a live stream. Maybe I'll just explain kind of my whole journey, bring up some old videos that I made. That'd be cool, actually. And then Nate's done. Off to right. Good. Go right. Is every Sunday the usual now? For now, I think. Yeah. I think I'm going to try and do every Sunday. Maybe just talking like this, talking about movies, talking about whatever with all you guys. Maybe I'll be doing some other stuff, playing games or even something like that. Landon Hillard just dropped an Insta follow. Better be seeing a daily post from here on out. Yeah, no promises there. I mean, my stories I post just about every day. Oh, and my mom said she's still watching, so that's great. Wanted to say I recently found your channel. Your videos are so insightful and get me through my morning commute. Thank you. That's Quick Take Gaming. That's awesome. I'm happy I can help you through your morning commute. And hope that you're still watching, or hope that you'll watch this tomorrow during your morning commute or another one of my videos. That's awesome. That's so cool that I can be part of your daily routine. What's my favorite film of all time? I have 2 answers. It's either Inception, because that movie changed the way I think about movies. When I saw that in theaters, I was like, I didn't even know you could make a movie like this. I thought that it was just all based on books or like something else, but that was just so creative and imaginative at the time. Or other than that, I would say The Goonies. Loved watching that with my family growing up, and I still watch it frequently. Excited for your From Season 4 video. It's being written as it goes. It would have been cool to get the season early, like a few of my friends did, but I didn't. So whatever. But yeah, no, that'll definitely be coming first Sunday off of From. What's your favorite video / videos you've ever put out? Of course, the best is yet to come. Of course it is, Hunter. Thanks for saying that. I really liked the video I came out with today. Maybe that's like a cop-out answer, but the video on Troy that I did today, because I feel like that's going to be a big mile marker for my type of videos going forward, the style and just everything along those lines. I think that I'm very proud of the video I did today. It's my own opinion on stuff, but it's also informative about the story of the Iliad and a bit of the Odyssey, and then talking about the film itself, talking about the differences, talking about my own opinion, entertaining, informative. So yeah, I was very, very proud of that video today, and it's doing pretty well. Other than that, a lot of like the longer videos that I did, like the entire Walking Dead retrospective or like the Game of Thrones retrospective, any of those really, really long ones, it takes me a second, even when it's like uploaded, ready to go live. I hit press and I just kind of relax for a bit. Westworld, the Stranger Things video last year, the Westworld video especially, that was like, it took me a while to make or to watch that, and then it took a while to edit that, and I was working day and night to get that out as fast as I could. And yeah, so that was cool. The Harry Potter videos, I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I have Harry Potter tattoos here. And so just to be able to even say like, oh, I have made money through my love of Harry Potter because I made those videos is just an insane statement and just so cool. So yeah, I was very proud of all those really, really big videos, and I'm very proud of the stuff that has yet to come. Are you a fan of the Ring movies? Just to mention the Ring remake. I have not seen any of the Ring movies. Or no, I watched the Japanese Ring, and that movie scared the shit out of me in high school. Kirk or Picard? Not a Smash Magnum. I am not a Star Trek guy, but I do know that Picard is Professor Xavier, so Picard. Troy was such a good movie, underrated for sure. I can watch over and over. Yeah, I was so surprised that I had never seen it, that it doesn't have more praise than it does. It's very lowly rated. Like, I feel like even on IMDb, that movie should have like at least like a 7.7 or something. There's nothing really wrong with the movie. There's nothing that it does glaringly bad. And so, yeah, just the fact that it's as lowly rated with critics and audiences was very strange to me because I was watching it and I reluctantly turned it on and I was like, all right, I'm going to make a video on this because the Odyssey's coming out. And by the end of, like, not even the end, by halfway through, I was like, this movie's fucking badass. This is awesome. So, Prince Robot, the Troy video. Do you think Brad Pitt is actually coming back as Achilles? No, but I want to start taking bigger stabs at stuff like that in videos because guess what? If Brad Pitt does play Achilles in the Odyssey, I am putting that video clip everywhere. I am posting that on every social media outlet I can. I am making a huge deal out of that I called that happening. But I do think it would be cool if that happened. You know, Nolan almost worked with Brad Pitt there. It would kind of be a cool nod to have that. Nolan's not outside the realm of hiring huge actors for like bit parts. Do I think he's actually coming back? I would give it like a 30% chance. So not a lot, but who knows? I'm always rewatching your Mike Flanagan show breakdowns. Have you done one on Bly Manor? I have not, but even last night I was going through Netflix just looking for a movie to watch, and I was like, man, I never made a video on Bly Manor. So that'll be coming this year for sure. Probably towards like October or something. But yeah, Bly Manor was definitely coming. I liked it less than I liked a lot of the other Flanagan stuff, just as a precursor, but I still liked it a lot. Laura Tran, how many times do you watch films / shows before making a video? So it depends. If I'm making a video on one movie, then I'll watch that movie twice, or at least I will watch it once. And then if in the process of writing a video about it, if I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe I should go back and rewatch some of that. So twice if it's a movie, but shows, a lot of the shows that I've made videos on, I have seen before, so it's like watching it again. I kind of had my thoughts solidified, but I just wanted to rewatch to be sure. But if it's a new show that I'm watching, like right now I'm making a video on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which, and ready guys, if you guys were here last week, then you will know that I had such difficulty with pulling this off, but guess what? Boom, there we go. I can just do that now. I'm learning stuff. But yeah, so I'm making a video on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never seen that show. Love it. I think it's great. But so I'll pause that a lot while I'm taking notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. But like if it's a whole series like that, I'm only watching that through once. I don't have the time to go through it a second time. Magnificent Logo. Who's your favorite MCU character? Who is my favorite MCU character? I usually say Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character, but I mean, he is technically an MCU character, but he's like, there's so many different versions of him. So, yeah, but you know what? I'll say Wolverine or like Captain America, something like that. Spider-Man, the typicals. I'm not gonna give some like Moon Knight answer and just to be different. I really liked the duology comparison aspect in the Troy video. Thank you so much, Smash Magnum. Yeah, I really want to try and just stop being like a movie reviewer. I want to actually try and say something with each of the videos that I make, even if what I'm saying is kind of ridiculous. Like, is Troy really a prequel to the Odyssey? Like, is it really going to be part one? No, it's not. But would you be able to watch it that way? Yes, I do think so. And so I want to stop just being a typical movie reviewer channel. Prince Robot, why don't you ever review superhero shows or movies? Because the one time I reviewed a Superman movie, it became the most disliked video on my channel. And all I said was, it's not a good starting place for a universe. Even though I said I liked the movie. Superhero fans are passionate. Very passionate. And if you don't like what they like, then they're going to be very passionate in your comment section, but in a different way. I also just don't know a ton about superhero shows and movies. Most of the time when I'm watching superhero stuff, I'm watching that hero for the first time, with the exception of X-Men and the Justice League. And so, like, I could make a video talking about how I absolutely hate the Zack Snyder movies because they're terrible. But again, I'd get a lot of comments from people who like Snyder stuff, and that would become the most disliked video on my channel. But whatever. Charles Smith with another $4.99. Thank you so much, sir. I think something like aliens infecting a town with a potent strain of the virus in every city makes sense. All of them turned before it went airborne. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. Even if you don't even see like an actual alien invasion, I do think that would be a good answer for everything. Max 1K Thrifty, I know you may not be the biggest superhero fan, but would you ever cover Matt Reeves' The Batman? That is probably a movie I would cover because that is more mystery than anything. And I did talk about this in the last stream. I love that movie, and I mentioned it in the Troy video too. I loved that movie, but I hate that we're just doing realistic Batman again. Can we be done with that? We had a whole trilogy about realistic Batman. Give me the more fantastical aspects of that. And actually, I do think that Matt Reeves' The Batman did go a bit into some unrealistic or fantastical stuff, but I'd love for them to continue that way, especially with the villains. what did I think of Daredevil Born Again Season 2? I've never seen any season of Daredevil, so I don't know. Have I seen Fringe? It's a very good sci-fi show, somewhat like X-Files. I watched a few episodes of Fringe with my mom, if she's still watching, but I have not seen it from like beginning to end. Have I played Dead by Daylight? Like once or twice, but there just seemed to be such a huge skill gap between people that I gave up. Have I seen Life of Chuck? Loved Life of Chuck. Loved it. One of my favorite movies of last year. Yeah, I think it came out last year. What do you think about upcoming Backrooms movie and analog horror? Analog horror is sometimes my thing, sometimes it's not, but I'm very excited for the Backrooms movie. Like that Skinamarink movie, I thought was terrible, but some analog horror really works for me. Funny thing is, Achilles' heel isn't thing in the Iliad, but way later traditions. Interesting. I actually didn't know that. I mean, you're doing Heroes. It's a superhero show. Not really, though. Heroes is like, I mean, that's kind of the thesis of that video. What it'll be is like, it was way ahead of its time, and because of that, it kind of went to shit. But, yeah, Heroes is great. I like superhero stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not nearly as knowledgeable about it as a lot of other channels on YouTube are. I miss having your monthly Walking Dead retrospectives. That was like 2 years ago, dude. But yeah, I wanted to do that with Game of Thrones, but those videos didn't do well, and then eventually they did well. And then I tried to do that with Supernatural. That video didn't do well. It just, yeah, it became more worth it to just make a massive video about different things than to just do it month to month. I should do a Legion video. I did really like that show, so that's a good, I'll write that down too. You seen the Westworld movie announcement? I think it's going to follow the show reboot, or I don't think it's going to follow the show. I think it's just going to be an entirely different reboot, but yeah, Vic, there is a Westworld movie, or it's like a big rumor right now, but it's apparently going to be directed or produced by Steven Spielberg. So, do you know if Mike Flanagan is working on anything right now? He is. I think he's probably doing post-production on Carrie, and then he's going to do Dark Tower, or he might do something in between that, but I know he's been working on Dark Tower for a long time. Heroes Season 1 was so good. Absolute. I mean, again, Heroes Season 1, top 10 season of all time. Hunter said, what's one thing that you hope the Harry Potter show does? Example, plot hole, show. I hope that if we get to, if we ever get to the Half-Blood Prince, that they kind of do that story justice. That whole story was not just like Harry and his friends and their romantic adventures like the movie portrayed. There was a lot about Voldemort's backstory. It opens up with one of the best chapters in the entire series, which is The Other Minister, and I hope that they adapt that book justice. Also, the final, like the climax of that movie with Harry running through the castle to try and catch up with Snape is like one of the darkest scenes in that entire franchise. He's talking about how there's like blood covering the walls, and there's different like handprints covered in blood. There's like kids that are out of bed just crying because they have no idea what's going on. It's a dark, dark scene, and the movie just kind of was like Harry just ran through the castle and then was at Hagrid's hut. It was not great. Have I seen DuckTales? I have not. Would you recommend binge watching Dark or spacing it out? You can try and space it out, but you're going to binge watch it. If you're a big mystery person, that is. I watched your retrospective, but not going to lie, you were too harsh on season 7 to 8. IMO season 11 was by far the worst. Season 7 was setting up the war, and season 8 had some of the best moments of the show. So I disagree heavily. I loved The Walking Dead. Seasons 1 to 6, I watched week to week, every single week, and by the end of season 7, I had lost interest in the show so much that I didn't even care about watching season 8. I came back watching season 9. No, I think that season 7 and 8 are some of the worst seasons of television out there. What's one of your favorite shows that you think is underrated or doesn't get enough hype? Probably... Heroes. I'll go Heroes. I'll go Harper's Island. His Dark Materials. That's my answer. His Dark Materials, for sure. What separates the Percy Jackson show from the Harry Potter one? Stated in a past video that you've probably outgrown Percy, but you're beaming with interest for Harry Potter. So I grew up with Harry Potter. I watched every single one of those movies, and I've watched them dozens and dozens of times. They're just a big source of comfort for me. They're big comfort movies. I watch probably at least one Harry Potter movie a month. It's just something to put on in the background to be like, all right, time to relax, build a Lego or something. I don't know. Percy Jackson, I read those books once when I was in middle school, and I never read them again. And I tried rereading them in college, and I was like, nope, I can't do it. Tried watching the show, couldn't do it. It's nostalgia. I have a ton of nostalgia for Harry Potter. I don't have a ton for Percy Jackson. Have you seen how promising the Clayface movie seems? I'm very excited for that. Yeah. I'm also not familiar with James Watkins, or maybe I am. Maybe I've seen a movie, but Mike Flanagan's script. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for that. Is there any chance of you doing Three Body Problem? Probably not. I know that Dumb and Dumber wrote that script, so I'm still mad at them. Fun Gam H888, love your work, keep it up. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Don't know if you answered this or not, but what do you think of the one above of all? All right, sorry. There's comments coming in. Don't know if you answered this or not, but what do you think of the one above all the God of Marvel? And I think the Backrooms movie. What do I think the one above all the God? I don't know what that means. What movie? I'm just going to answer what movie do I think is the best Marvel movie? X-Men Days of Future Past. Season 9 of The Walking Dead was such a return to form. Only issue with 9 to 10 was no Rick. 100% agree, Zamir. Have you seen the movie, the first adaptation of His Dark Materials, The Golden Compass? Yeah, it was... I actually thought it was fine, but it's not nearly as good as the show. What's a book you want to see adapted? Wife made me read ACOTAR, and I think those will be wonderful if it ever gets picked up. Another is We Ride the Storm. Both great series. I want to see Mistborn. I want to see The Dark Tower from Mike Flanagan specifically. Yeah, that might be it. Those are the two big ones for me. I should watch Pantheon. All right. Let's write it down. The one above is the God of Marvel. He is the strongest character. He created Marvel. I've never heard of this character before. The one above all is the creator. Yeah, okay. So I've never heard. I have no idea. But Clayton Wardell said, just joined. Sorry if you talked about it already. Thoughts on the Backrooms movie coming out later this month. I'm very, very excited for the Backrooms. I will be absolutely making a video on it. I will be talking about it in a live stream like this. But yeah, super excited on it. All right. All right. So it's 10 o'clock, everybody. I'm going to answer just a few more questions after I come back from the bathroom. And then, yeah, you guys should all go to bed. You all got work, school tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably just end it right now because, but don't forget The Expanse. I am watching that. Zamir, I said your name right. Well, good. I can't believe that. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining this. There's 40 people watching right now. I'll be back next Sunday, hopefully with a better stream quality than this. And maybe we'll be playing a video game or something like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Get a good night's sleep. Get up, get ready for the day tomorrow. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. All right, bye everybody.